What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with more Extinction, and today we're actually going to go through all the new items that have come to Extinction. Now, sadly there isn't really as many as there were for Aberration and Scorched Earth, but there are still some pretty cool items. So what we're going to quickly do here, we're going to quickly go through them through this screen. So you can see here we've got a taxidermy base, which is obviously for the taxidermy. We then have the taxidermy tool, which is obviously what's going to allow you to turn the bodies into taxidermies. We've got a delivery crate, which is pretty interesting. So it looks like you can transport items from one base to another using this. We then have the medium taxidermy base, the dino leash, which is pretty interesting. Electronic leash to keep your dinos from wandering too far. I'm keen to see how that works. We then have the Velenosaur saddle, the large taxidermy base, the gacha saddle, the gas bag saddle, which you don't actually require to ride a gas bag. This is only for a passenger. We then have the cryopods, unstable element shard, which I'm guessing pretty much turns into element shards once it's done corrupted. So you can see that over time it will stabilize. So after a certain amount of time it'll become an element shard properly, which you can actually utilize. Then we have unstable element, which is obviously the same as unstable elemental shards. Over time it'll fix itself. We then have the snow owl saddle, the Managama saddle. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that ever. We then have the tech bridge, which I'm really excited to check out. We've got the tech gravity grenade, the cryo fridge, the unassembled mech, the MDSM, which is a deployable shield that pops off the mech's back. You've seen that in the trailer. We then have the MRIM, the rocket launcher module, the ammo for the rocket launcher module, and then we have a big-ass siege cannon. And this is obviously the ammo for the siege cannon. So guys, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the new items and see what exactly they can do. Starting off with the mech, because who the hell doesn't want to check that out? Alrighty guys, and here it is. This is the mech. So as you guys know, if you just activate GCM, you can actually pretty much allow yourself to craft anything, and then all you have to do is learn all engrams command, and that allows you to use anything that requires tech or a blueprint to know. And you can see there that it actually is slotted into my inventory down the bottom here. All you then need to do is chuck it out with one. There we go, and you can see we've now got two mechs. Now, I think if you do the high-level orbital drop beacons, you can actually get higher recipe blueprints for these guys. So do keep an eye out for the elemental drops as well. Okay, so here's the mech. Now, with left click, you bring up your sword and you swipe and attack with it. You can see there, that poor Pachyrhinosaurus didn't last long. It's got a couple of different attacks. They all do the same amount of damage. Then you have a gun, which you can bring up with your right click, and you use your left click button to shoot. And it fires in 3-round volleys. Now you can currently see on the back of this guy, he doesn't have anything on him, whereas our friend over there doesn't either. So for this is where you craft the modules. So you can see here, we're going to chuck on the primitive missile rocket launcher module first. All you need to do is chuck that into the module section. Make sure it's got ammo for it to actually work. There, the ammo for the rockets. There we go. Now you can see on our back, we've got a little jetpack looking thing. Now for these modules, all you need to do is press C and watch the carnage unfold. Now with the rocket launcher module, it doesn't look like you can actually lock onto anything. It's kind of just a area of effect attack, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but don't worry guys, it gets better. So you can see there, that just fires and does devastating damage. Now the robot also has jetpacks in its feet. You can hover and it actually utilizes less heat when you just hover there. However, if you move, you can notice that your heat will go up considerably fast, so do be careful. Once it overheats, you won't actually be able to hover or anything like that. So that is the missile launcher module. You can see that it pretty much destroys everything. Look at that. So next up, we're going to take a look at the shield module. Now this is the same as the rocket launch module. Press C and it actually deploys up in the air. There you go, you can see there. Now with every use of the items, you do deplete its durability. They do have a high durability though, the items themselves. Just do be careful while depleting them, because you will need to craft a new item. Well, not a new item, you will need to repair it once it's spent. Now, in terms of fuel for the mech, you only actually use fuel when you fire your gun or use your hover boots. However, to refuel the mech, all you need to do is chuck some element into its inventory and it will automatically refuel. And you can see there, using all that. Alright, you can also call back this shield as well. There you go. You just need to press C again and it actually redeploys back to your back. Now you can't actually shoot outside of the force field either, but obviously that's going to work the same way for everyone on the outside. It's going to protect you from everything shooting you from the outside. So let's bring that back to us. Next up, we're going to take a look at this bad boy, the Siege Cannon module. Hands down, this is my favorite mech module, and I can see myself definitely using it later down the line. Chuck all the ammo in for it. Now for this one, you press C, you actually go stationary. It's pretty much a heavy-ass siege cannon. You need to charge it down to fire, and you can see there, it's a little bit lackluster in terms of explosion, but this bad boy does a crap ton of damage, and you actually have a restriction on how close it is too. So when it's red, you can't actually fire it. When it's blue, you can fire it. You can't actually zoom in either as well, as far as I can tell. I haven't found a way to zoom in or anything, but you can't leave this guy stationed here like that. So yeah, like I said, you can't actually zoom in or anything like that as far as I can tell, but then you can press C and get back up. And that pretty much concludes the mech. Now, as much as I'd like to stay in it and play with the mech, we're going to jump into the rest of the items and see what they can do. Alrighty, so next up we have the Cryo Fridge. This is used to store all your cryopods. So you can see here we've got a couple of cryopods in our inventory. Chuck those in, there we go. You can see 4 out of 72. I wonder if you can see on the Cryo Fridge where they are. Doesn't look like it, that's a little bit sad. So you actually need to chuck these into a Cryo Fridge in order to charge them up, which pretty much when you use them to deploy a creature and suck up a creature, it uses a little bit of charge. When you get back to your base, you obviously need to charge it up, otherwise it'll run out of charge and your poor creature will be stuck out there. However, once you do have your cryopod ready to go, walk up to your creature, hold it down at the primary click button. You have to be close enough to use it on it. It's a little bit funky. There we go. You can see there now it's working because you can see the little blue techie stuff. Once you do that, there we go. You just have to hold it for a little bit of time. There we go. Our gas bag is now in our cryopod. To throw it, all you need to do is hit left click, and it actually throws it and launches it out of the cryopod. Now do be careful, you can see there the cryo sickness to dino summon. If you do decide to try and summon another dino while that cooldown is going on, your dino will actually come out awake. And that's the whole gist of cryo sickness. So you got to be careful when to use your cryopods. So yeah, you can see there the Cryo Fridge as well also holds 72 slots, which is pretty damn impressive. So yeah guys, let's move on to the next items. Alrighty guys, so next up we have the Tech Gravity Grenade. Now I'm really interested to see how this works. A little bit scared, not going to lie. I don't know if it's going to suck us all in or what's going to happen, but we're going to find out. So this is, it's just called the Tech Gravity Grenade. I'm guessing it sucks everything in then. Oh my god! Well, that was enlightening. So I guess we got our answer to that question. So it's obviously sucks everything in and then explodes. Let's chuck it at this Pteranodon. See what happens. Okay, well, Pteranodon wasn't in range. It's a pretty cool little animation that it does, though. I can see this being kind of useful for PvP. Did that suck in the Pteranodon? That did suck in the Pteranodon. I don't know if it did damage, though. The Pteranodon doesn't look bloody in any way. Maybe it's just a little gravity thing and then you're supposed to throw grenades in after it. That's a very high possibility. Because, let's go GCM here. Let's take a look. Okay, nope, never mind. It does do damage. Okay, so the Tech Gravity Grenade does do damage. It obviously doesn't do that much. We have, I think we haven't leveled anything up, so we have 100 health. So it did about 80 damage to us. So you're much better off going about chucking in some grenades after it to ensure you do some damage, which is really cool. Alrighty, next up we have the Tech Bridge. So you can see here, it looks like a regular foundation, you know, regular tech foundation that you can drop. Well, you'd be mistaken. So the Tech Bridge deploys like any regular foundation, and then it actually drops a bridge. Now, it's a bit hard to see the bridge, because, well, obviously we're not connected to anything, but all you can do is you can actually place it and then rotate it, and you can see just how far the range of this bad boy goes. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop that there, and boom. You have your own portable bridge. This will make traversing the terrain a lot easier for you. I think it's actually snapped. Did it snap here? Looks like it might have snapped. Kind of? Sort of? Yeah. So you can actually traverse the terrain with this. You can see there, you can actually snap it to your prefabricated foundations as well. Look at that. There we go. That's pretty cool, guys. Like, come on, you got to admit. So the Tech Foundation is a bit costly, though, so you do have to be aware of that. You can see there, it's not showing up. But you can actually stack them side by side. It is a little bit funky, but you can see there, because there are different heights. You just kind of have to ensure that they're snapped to the same sort of foundation. So you can see here, this one's also different. So if you want to put a tech bridge in between two spots, just try and line them up with everything else you've got. But this is a pretty cool addition to the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more builds with the Tech bridges. All right, next up, what have we got on our list? I think we have the tech bridges. We've done that. The saddles, they're just your mediocre saddles every day that you have. The elemental shards, don't worry about those guys because they're just gatherable and you just craft them when you get the element dust. Some more saddles. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the taxidermy and the leash. So let's grab the taxidermy stuff. All right, now I'm interested to see how this taxidermy tool will work. Wow, okay, we just attacked the we just attacked the gas bag. Did that grant us the actual, whatchamacallit? Oh wow, that's pretty cool. All right, it did. Okay. And it's actually the same color as well. So all you need to do is actually attack the creature with the taxidermy tool. It doesn't look like you actually need to doesn't look like you need to actually kill it. So what we're going to do here, we're going to see if we can summon in. We're going to summon in a raptor. See what happens when we summon in the raptor, and we'll try and attack it. And I'm guessing all you need to do is attack it. Maybe that's not the case. So this isn't granting us the taxidermy. This isn't actually granting us the dermis from it. So maybe we're going to have to actually kill it. Maybe you do have to kill it. That was weird. Maybe because it's tamed up. If we force tame it, let's tame this. There we go. Is it tamed? No. There we go. All right, that tamed it. If we attack it now, okay. So you can either tame it or I'm guessing kill it. Let's kill it. Find out what happens. All right, we killed it. Okay, so you can get the dermis off it as well. So you can either tame it or kill it. Now, if we go 5 is the small one. Is this going to carry it? Oh, it does fit. Oh, okay. So we've got 6 here. This is the large one. Let's chuck the raptordermis in there. Okay, so it makes it bigger or smaller. That's actually pretty cool. That is pretty sick. All right, why don't we have all of them? Let's go taxidermy again. And we want the small, the medium, and the large. So we've got the small and the large. So this is the medium one as well. Okay, so the medium one is relatively decent sized. We don't have any dermises. Let's go in here. Give me that. And you can also put costumes on them, which is pretty cool. So if we chuck that in there and we go costume. Nope. But you can swap them out as well, because it looks like you can see there's a whole bunch of spots for them where you can store other ones. So it's all up to you how you want to go about doing it. But that is pretty cool how it matches up with the color and everything. I'm pretty stoked for the taxidermies and to see how they work. So guys, next up we're going to do the leash. Okay, so the leash works by placing it down on the ground. Now you can put it on... You can't put it on foundations, huh? That's different. Wait, you can. That's a bridge, that's why. So if we chuck it on... Let's just chuck it right here. Okay, so... Oh, wow. It's powered using solar. That is pretty cool. But it has battery storage if you do want to put batteries in it, which will work, I'm guessing. So let's take a look here. Pick up dino leash, change range from short, long, medium. So, if we go enable wandering, he shouldn't technically move any further from the leash. That's what that little padlock is. That is pretty cool. Now, you can obviously change it. So, if you want, like, dinos scouting the perimeter, you can set it to long. And I'm guessing this guy will have the ability to wander a very far way away. Obviously, he can't right now because he's really close to us. That doesn't give us another dermis either. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll get into more depth with the leash and everything later down the line, but that's pretty cool. Alright, I think that's all the items. Pretty sure that's it. Oh, no, we've still got the balloon, the delivery crate. Let's see how this works. So, let's go delivery. Let's see how this works. I'm pretty interested to see how it works. Go here, drop it, delivery crate, locked. It's just like your normal storage crate. Let's chuck some stuff in. There we go. I feel good for whoever's getting this. So, you do have a certain weight limit though. Deploy balloon, rename delivery, locations. Okay, so I'm guessing if you put sleeping bags down, or what they called, beacons, you can actually, yeah, see there's no target location. So if we go sleeping bag, let's go bed actually, we'll go bed. Does this allow us to chuck it over here? And will this give us the location? Alright, so we put the bed down. Locations. Huh. I wonder what the location is for the balloon. I wonder how it works. Maybe you need a... What is it? Tech... No, it wouldn't make sense for it to be a tech thing because it's like a... It's not a very big thing. I'm a little bit stumped on that. We'll figure that out a little bit later. But that's pretty much all the items in Ark and what they do. That's pretty much all of them, guys. So I'm pretty keen for the taxidermies and the mechs. Holy crap, guys. The mechs are going to be sick. So yeah, guys, that'll conclude today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below for more. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.